Hey guys, welcome back to a beautiful trail this morning. We're in the Lake District, we're at Rydal. We're going to do a 9 mile circular, seems like nothing. 9 mile circular of Rydal Lake water. And put that one on our list, get that ticked off today. But in the meantime, while we're here, we're going to grab 2 more Wainwrights, Loughrigg and Silver How. We're going up Loughrigg now, hence the heavy breathing. We're coming from down this steep incline. But already we've got great weather predictions for today. We've got sunshine, clear skies, and we've got a lovely snap of cold, 3 to 5 degrees, somewhere around there. Beautiful, buzzing for the trail today, but we've got some climbing to do. Might be 9 miles, we've got 2,000 feet of elevation to cover. It's the lakes, what do you expect? So we're going to carry on up, get to the top of Loughrigg, see what views we get. Well, as you can see, stripped off. Always going to be warm work going up a hill. It's coming from Loughrigg from the south, so the southeast side, off the main road. You've got a steep incline up and manageable, and then as you get part of the way up, that 1.8 miles in from where I started at the car park, there's a bit of a scramble. Just bumped into a guy wanting me to take his pictures for him for his Instagram. He was from Wigan. Nice guy. But yeah, as I expected, it's the lake, so busy, plenty of people knocking around. Not going to let it bother me. Well, yeah, views oh plenty. I'm just taking my time, letting people pass me, so I can get on with filming the videos and enjoying it. Not in any rush today with it only being 9 miles, and we've already done 2. So far so good. There's a trig. That's where we're going. Whoa. So that was Loughrigg Fell. 335, I think, came up on the screen. Problem with the Lake District, you just can't get the views. Anyway, I'm not hanging around because it's busy, plenty of people getting the pictures at the trig point, so I just want to crack on, get down to Silverhow, or up to Silverhow, and that's the next Wainwright. But we've got to climb, serious climb to that one. Not quite sure how that's going to pan out, so cracking on. We're at the bottom now. Loughrigg Crag, sorry. That was Grasmere, and Rydal was sort of around the corner. Well, the sun's out. But I was kind of thinking, you know, I love the lakes, and then that knot of people appeared, and I'm like, not convinced I am. Very busy, but it doesn't come as a surprise. This is again, very popular part of the lakes. People go up to the crag, get the trig point, get the Wainwright, and people are walking around the water. Yeah, but thoroughly enjoyable. Not difficult coming from the south side, coming from the Grasmere side, so you're going up to the trig. Mostly stony steps, so it would be quite difficult, quite steep. It's quite steep coming down. So I would recommend you come from the right in my face. I do recommend you come from the south, and then go down, maybe the other side, or go turn around and come back the way you came. Right, so we're on to Silverhow. A little bit concerned about the path that I've chosen on the map, but I'm sure it will become clear. Like here, the paths are kind of self-evident because they're very well walked. So we'll make a decision when we get nearer. We'll stop for a break, and it's very strange because we've done 3.3 miles and we've got 6.5 left, so kind of feels like I'm already halfway through, nearly. Not quite a third. But, right, carrying on. Ready for some water. Beautiful views though, absolutely beautiful. Brew and the Snickers. Look at that. Just change the batteries on Gary so he don't catch me out. He'll wake up in a minute. And I remembered my cup. Oh, I just need an energy boost before we tackle Silverhow. We're going to go down to that town, and I'm assuming that range is it, to be fair. Come down there. Yeah, but we're going to go up it this side. I think I can even see the path. Looks a bit hairy. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, looking at the map, we're definitely going into that valley over there, but I'm not quite sure which point we're going to tackle. It's definitely not the big guy at the back. Gary's walking up. We've got 4 miles done, but is that path taking me? He's not walking up to how many miles are left yet. Oh dear. Steep. Now that is madness. People trying to get up that scree. Right, so you can see that the scree I just mentioned is right there in front of us. Now I did wonder when I was doing the map why it was such a steep up and then a steep back down, and now I know. So you've seen dots of people coming up from the path. They've got part of the way up and I can see someone attempting it, and I would say a third of it, the top third, is pure scree. So some people going up and attempting it, some people are just coming straight back down. And if I pan over to that way, there is a path up there and it will, I guess, get to the top there. But executive decision, once up there I'd have to turn around and come all the way back the way I came. So I'm sacking it off this particular way and right. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the risk with the scree, and I'm not taking a big detour. It's getting cold now, so I'm going to carry on down to the path where the wall is, and we're going to carry on and resume the route, remembering that these videos that I'm doing at the moment are just for the bodies of water here. So we've got Grasmere and off there Rydal. That's what we came to do. I've not come to bag Wainwrights unless they're easily bagged. That, my friend, is not easily bagged, and the people who are there at the moment are just looking and umming and ahhing. I hope they don't risk it. It's a long way down. Yeah, and like I said, remembering the objectives, I didn't come to bag Wainwrights. I came to do a circular route of both these water bodies, mainly Rydal, because that's on the list. We can't quite do the circular because it's mostly road, so the idea is to come down the southern part of Grasmere and then pick up Rydal back to the car. That's what we're going to do, and that kind of thing absolutely terrifies me. Only once have I gone up scree, and that was ages and ages ago on the Scarfell pipe video. Path behind me. That'll take us up to the pike. I don't think I'll be going back down that way. You can go and watch that. That was a really dumb thing to do, but mainly because I was very inexperienced and I didn't do any of the research that I do now, and made a right mess of it. But terrifying, yeah. Second one was coming down on the Dalton Crag walk the first time. I think it's Farleton, I came down the side of that, and every time I drive past it on the motorway I get shivers seeing at how steep it is. And there was a lot of prayer as I came down that scree on my backside. So we live and we learn. So the thing is, from here it doesn't actually look that bad. It's when you get nearly up to the top and you realise you're stuck like these two. Beautiful Grasmere and Rydal. I don't think Grasmere's on the list, could be wrong, but Rydal was definitely on the list that make up the lakes of the Lake District, which are not in fact lakes, an exception of Bassenthwaite. But back to that. So this is the psychology of the issue here, and this is where a bit of maturity needs to come in. So we've approached that slope from a distance and we've been able to get a good sort of, not bird's eye view, but eyes on the target. And we've got examples of people struggling up there, and so we go, nah, that doesn't seem like that's for me, seems dangerous. And then when you get to the bottom and you stand looking up at it, you think to yourself, that doesn't actually look that bad. Now imagine if you'd come from where we are now, which is, if you imagine where if I just put the map up here, there you go, we're moving along now. But if we'd have come down, I'm gesturing here, but if we'd have come from the northeast heading southwest and stood under it, because now there's no way I can see that slope, we'd go, oh, well, a reasonable path, and it looks like a good path. And you may be watching this thinking, well, I've done that path dozens of times, it's perfectly safe. I've got to make a judgment based on my position here now, having never done it before, and the risk assessment, so to speak. And what people need to do when they haven't got experience with a particular trail is make a judgment call, but err on the cautious side, which is, yes, I made an assessment from a distance, I saw other people walking it, got underneath, thought, yeah, I could attempt it. But what happens is, if you attempt it and say, get to the scree bit and realise, no, my first assessment was right, this is too dangerous, you've got a massive psychological weight of pressure on yourself. Do you turn around? And sometimes the turning around is actually even more dangerous because it's that steep. It's more dangerous to go down than carry on. So now you're in a pickle and you're halfway up, two-thirds of the way up, and you've no choice. Maybe there's people behind you coming up. Now you're committed to taking a bigger risk than you did at the bottom of the trail. So I always err on the cautious side, and I don't mind. You can call me a coward, call me every name under the sun, but I will live to walk another day, and that will stick with me enough that if I meet another walker or people comment or the community says something and says, no, it's perfectly fine, there's a bit of mud there, it's perfectly fine to attempt, then I might consider it again. But immediately I saw alternate routes from the southwest, which I would be more willing to try on another occasion. So that's my thinking there, that's my logic. I'm just picking my way through this heavily eroded trail, and that's why I'm not attempting it. And I'll admit I was tempted to try, and if those two hadn't been there with no equipment and no outfit, just they was all like they'd gone to the shops for the day, and I just thought we'll just walk up here. Then I wouldn't think about attempting it, and I'd be under a lot of pressure to do it. So I'm happy to make this decision, happy to walk away. I didn't come here to bag the Wainwrights, they were just bonuses while we did this walk. I'm not a massive Wainwright bagger, so to speak, but I'm not averse to a trig point, you know that. Right, hope that makes sense. You can agree and disagree in the comments below, and if you have done it before from that side, please let me know, tell me what your thoughts are. So, and just like that, in God's providence, someone came up the other way to ask what the view was like at the top of the How, And so I basically got a chance to explain what I just said to you. I said, you know, I'd seen it from a distance, didn't like the look of it, got to the bottom, realised it wasn't as bad as I thought, but didn't really want to take the risk at the minute because I've never been up there before. And she'd done exactly the same thing. She questioned someone coming the other way about how it was, and they'd said they would just come down that way, and they were quite glad that it was mostly steps. So we got plenty of intel out of that. She's got intel from this couple that she met going up, a bit more from me. Now she can make an educated decision. I said to her that 2 people were already attempting it, and that she could get a good idea from watching where they were and what progress they'd made before she attempted it. So, isn't that great? Just put into practice everything I just said. And I said to her that I'd just come back another day and come at it from that southwest side, which looked a lot safer. And to me, that had tracks going there where people had walked up onto the top, onto sort of the ridge of it. That looked a lot safer. And then I suppose at the top you could look down the slope and make your own assessment as to whether the steps were good enough for you to get down that side. Yeah, I'm really grateful for that. That's really an education there, kind of putting it into practice. The views, man, the views. Yeah, it's starting to feel like evening. It's only 1:45. Quarter to one. It's gone quite overcast. Sun's gone in. Don't know what views they'll get at the top. You know, all the cloud cover on the higher points, but yeah, very satisfied. I do appreciate, we talk about this in Christianity, that God, one of the evidences for God being real, the God of the Bible, God of Christianity being real, is the way he teaches, educates you, refines you, grows you, and at times disciplines you. And there have been times, like I said, when I've made a big mistake. God's got me through it to the other side, but he's disciplined me in the process, and I've learned a lesson I'd rather have learned in a book. So yeah, God disciplines a son he loves. So it's great, and it's also great when I can pay forward things that I've learned to other people. Hence, one of the reasons for these videos, guys. Hopefully that in watching them, you pick up 1 or 2 things that help you when you're on the trail. Yeah, getting that painful clamber down, my right knee's awake, letting me know he's alive, and very glad of the stick, but I'll be glad to get back onto flatland and check out these rivers, these lakes. I think I'm ready for a brew as well. I'm shaking the dust from off my feet in Grasmere. Grasmere can do one. Not one can of energy drink. Not one. In the whole place. Shocking. Right, I'm having a brew. I'm having a butty, a sandwich. I'm going to relax. I've got plenty of time. It's only 1:30. I've got 2 miles left. Why not? The humble sausage, bacon, egg, sandwich. That's just from Aldi, I think. Gummy. Cheers. To snatch a moment of conversation with you. People in front, people behind, people everywhere, coming out of the trees. 0.2 of a mile left of the car. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Oh my word. Ugh. It's empty. Empty. I need one right now. What time are we on? 10 to 3. Ah, my word. Right, and we'll lean back and we'll put... Boo! Gary's stats right there. 9.8 miles. That's about right. We always had an extra mile on. What can I say? Upbeat and positive is what I'm going to start with. So, let me just get my head in the right place. The scenery, par excellence. Man, what weather did we get today? Beautiful. We started with blue skies. We got a little bit of cloud, but then it blue skied the rest of the way. No complaints whatsoever. The trail was brilliant. Lake District trails are always going to be good because they're very well walked and usually well paved, either with stone, shale, or just downtrodden earth. So very easy to follow, very easy to navigate. Not very easy to get lost, I think, on the lowlands. But yeah, I'm not bothered about the losing the Wainwright. The intention when I was drawing the map for this one was to cover Rydal Water, to knock off our list of doing the Lake District lakes, so to speak. But as I was doing the map, at the north part of Rydal, you'll notice heron pikes there. And at first I was going to go up that, and then I realised I've already bagged that one when I did the Fairfield Horseshoe. And the thumbnail for that one is boom! Right there. Don't click it, it's just a picture. But yeah, if you want to go through my videos and look for the Fairfield Horseshoe, that's when I did it. I got no views on that video whatsoever. Not views as in people watching it, but views as in there was nothing to see because the weather was terrible. But it was a good day out. So I didn't. So when I was planning the map, I came around the south part of Rydal, car park here, easy to get to from the main road. And noticed there were two, Loughrigg Crag, Loughrigg Fell. That was one of the Wainwrights, and then the other one was the How. Something. Silver How? Is that it? My mind is mushed at the minute. And I wanted to bag both, but I was suspicious of the second, of How. We'll call it How for now. How for now. Very suspicious because it was a straight up and straight down trail on the map. And when I did the topography, it was steep up, steep down. So I assumed there was something fishy about it. And then, like I said, to go over old ground and repeat myself, once we saw it from a distance, it looked quite intimidating. From below, it didn't look as bad, but I still wanted to make that call, and I stand by that call. And I was able to share that with someone coming the other way, as you remember. No regrets. If I was to do Silver How, I would come from the southwestern side, and it did look like there were plenty of zigzagging paths. So people obviously tackle it from a gentler gradient up onto the top, and where you go from there, anyone's guess. Maybe once you're at the top of that slope, you might be able to have a better view looking down and make a decision. Either way, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I did like seeing a lot of people out, especially with the dogs. Such a variety of breed of dogs everywhere. I did like that. I liked the shopping atmosphere of Grasmere. I was glad I was able to get some footage. I shake the dust off my feet from Grasmere. They had no energy drinks whatsoever. When I saw the post office sign, I thought, yeah, we're gonna get a fridge here with a can of original and best Green Monster. No, not a single can of energy, just Lucozade and water. Lucozade does not count. I was very disappointed. So overall, I mean, it's 10 to 3. Can't see. Yeah, nearly 3 o'clock now. An hour to get home, maybe a bit longer. Bible study tonight with Tim and the lads. Yeah, great trail, great day. We can cross that one off the list. And another video in the bag. Tomorrow is my Sabbath. It's my day of rest. I will not be doing anything. I'll be editing this video and just relaxing and enjoying the day before I go back to work. And Christmas is coming. Crimbo, we've got a few walks to do. A few more. We've got Lake Windermere, which is a 2-day. I won't get that in this year. I won't get the Burley Way in this year. We'll see what happens in the week that I have off Christmas. But yeah, I've still got the day hikes and whatnot. Anyway, guys, I really do hope you enjoyed it. There were some stunning views, and the way the sun was playing on the water, I'm just chuffed. I really enjoyed what I saw. The hills, fantastic. Never fails to live up to its reputation, the Lake District, for scenery and for just enjoying God's creation. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see why it gets the reputation it has. Right, that's enough. These summary things at the end are getting longer and longer. I have nobody to shout out to this week except Daniel. I hope he's feeling a bit better. We met up last night for a chat. We will be putting together a bit of a cheeky podcast, I think. We've got things to say, not just hiking, but other things. That's in the pipe. But he was under the weather. He's been ill for a while now. And yeah, I really do hope he gets better. And that's it. We can get back to reality, get back home, clean up, Bible study. Right, guys, that's enough. enough rambling. We're ending on a high. I will see you next time back on the trail.